and welcome to Simply Football. You're watching FC Goa TV on Prudent and I am Neeraj Prabhu. The Gors suffered their first goalless draw at Nehru Stadium on Monday night when Jamshedpur FC showed a lot of steel in their performance and stopped the home team from scoring. We have seen Sergio Lobera's boys score a lot of goals and play a lovely attacking game at Fatorda before the ISL took an international break of almost 44 days. That's with respect to FC Goa's game. So when that match was played at Fatorda after more than a month, and it was seen that the team didn't go up to the level that they had shown us before the break. And as a result, there was no goal. But that didn't mean that FC Goa didn't try enough or didn't create enough. According to coach Sergio Lobera, they create a lot of chances and the only thing that lacked was goals. So the finishing was not up to the mark. And on the other side, Jamshedpur FC's defense was really strong, led by captain Tiri and veteran goalkeeper, former India international Subrata Paul was in great form as well as he stopped FC Goa's attempts. So today in our studio, as always, we have with us former India striker Francis D'Souza to analyze the performance of FC Goa's outing against Jamshedpur FC. Francis, welcome to you after a very long break. Happy New Year to you and all our viewers as well. May this year be the year of Goan clubs in Indian club football.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, Neeraj. Nice to be sitting again here in your studios and analyzing the ISL and the tournaments that we are going to watch from here on. Yesterday's FC Goa performance was not as desired, as the fans must be disappointed. It's a long break of 45 days, as you said, but I think what we normally see of FC Goa, the free-flowing attack and the intensity that they keep on attacking the opponents in their home grounds, we haven't seen that yesterday. It was missing. One would wonder whether it was the long break or it is the attitude. If you have seen the previous matches of Mumbai FC and Northeast, okay, the long break didn't do much of a difference for those teams. Since FC Goa is playing in the hometown, I thought the message would be very loud and clear right from the beginning. But it was Jamshedpur FC who was dominating possession of the ball for the first 15-20 minutes. And that was surprising to me, because I thought that from the word go, FC Goa would put them under pressure. And of course, for me, the surprise exclusion was of Jau, and a tried and tested player who gives you solidarity at the back and also propels the attack with those long defense splitting passes or overhead passes. I mean, and that's what keeps the pressure on the opponents. He wasn't there, and when he came on later on in the match, I mean, you could know the difference and what was the pressure it created in the last 15-20 minutes. That FC Goa converted the chances, but created the chances but couldn't convert them.
Right. To start with, Sergio Lobera persevered with the same team that had tormented Northeast United before going into the international break with a 5-1 victory. So he sent an unchanged lineup. But the problem at that game with regards to Jahu was that he was suspended. But yesterday he was available, and most of us, as you said, were surprised that he didn't start the game.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the field yesterday on the ground, and we heard the applause that the crowd gave when Jahu was made to warm up.
Right.
That means they were really missing Jahu there on the field for his probing and positive play on the ground. And it's always the call that the coach takes, seeing the player on the field, off the field, and his mental state, his fitness. But perhaps I think Lobera must have gone on an intuition that the last match was a good match for him without Jahu, like as you said, that he was suspended. and he tried to continue with the same intention of playing the first 11 there. But I thought that he brought Jahu onto the field too late. I think he should have brought him much earlier, because I thought Edu Badia was not having a good day on the field. Bomos was trying his individual runs, but that also didn't materialize.
He looked a bit rusty, Bumo.
Yeah, definitely, because self-belief and the confidence you get after playing competitive matches, that's a lot. Competitive matches do help you a lot. So I think FC Goa didn't have too many competitive matches, and that's where I think the problem is, really, to get you in that rhythm and to look more sharper. What FC Goa didn't look was sharp. You can see the crosses that went begging, and even Koro
didn't get into the position.
Tried to get to the ball with a diving, sliding tackle to the ball, but he couldn't get. That means it shows that you're not alert and you're not sharp in analyzing the situation, anticipation, and that comes with a lot of competitive matches. And I think after this, I think FC Goa will pick up the same rhythm that they are known for, the attacking play.
Sure.
And we hope to see good football.
Jamshedpur FC defense was terrific with regards to their physicality, and they used it well, especially Captain Tiri. He was bottling up Koro most of the times.
Yeah, in the previous post-match conferences, the coach of Jamshedpur was very clear that FC Goa was an attacking team. They would like to score a lot of goals. So they had a plan in mind. They knew exactly what they were doing when they came here in the hometown of FC Goa. They held on to the ball in the first half, tried to attack, keep possession, and in the second half the strategy changed. They set back nicely on top of their box, and they counter-attack whenever it was possible. And they were able to frustrate the FC Goa players by sitting on top of the box, and Terry being exceptional yesterday. I remember one cross from Brendan where he got his foot to it to deny the cross to go further.
It was flying.
Yeah, it was flying to Koro, and Koro was there, right there.
Right.
I mean, and that's where the confidence comes once you keep on playing and keep the game goes on progressing, and you keep up, you succeed whatever their plans are. So that's where confidence comes. And I think they did a good job. Their strategy was perfect, and they went away with 1 point.
Right. There were few elegant runs, especially from Brandon Fernandes, 1 or 2 runs that he embarked on, but the final touch was missing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the sharpness wasn't there, and it comes out of competitive football. Once you start playing these matches regularly, you become sharper, you become more alert, and you get yourself involved more in the game. And that's what really was missing with the players of FC Goa. They have the quality, but to bring it up on that particular day, you require that competitive performance earlier, so that you can come back with into the game in the right earnest and with the rhythm. The rhythm wasn't there, the intensity wasn't there, and that's why I think they look rusty.
So individualistic approaches also were coming to fore, like Bumo was trying to make some runs on his own, then Brandon did that, and towards the end Lenny also did that. So the machine that is so well oiled when they pass the ball around and create those openings, that was not happening.
Yeah, because what happens is you have the possession in the midfield. You know the quality of players you have. You look at Koro, he created the chance by himself when there was the host of defenders in front of him. He pulled the ball, dragged the ball beautifully, and then he placed it very correctly. It was the brilliant save from Subrata Paul that saved the day for Jamshedpur.
Yes.
Otherwise, that was Koro at his best, and it happened only just in one moment of the match. There was nothing like that in any part of the game. And that's what, when I say that, when you and the team is sitting back and defending, you will have a lot of, those 50-50 chances, or those slide-ins and tappings like Brendan did. But you got to come back into element and be sharp and be positive and try to score.
Mandar had a couple of half chances, but his shots were blazed over the crossbar. He has to hit the target, isn't it?
Yeah, of late I'm seeing Mandar trying to put more power in his direction. But the first intention of the player who's taking a shot is to see that it is kept on target. The goalkeeper may be hero saving it, but if you keep it on target, there's always a fright and on the mind of the goalkeeper that this fellow is shooting, so you have to be careful. And sometimes goalkeeper get cold feet in trying to react to a shot which is kept on target, or it may come off a deflection. So the best thing for a player like Mandar to do is to keep the ball on target. But he had a good run and he put that beautiful ball to Koro, who just was a bit late in trying to touch it. Right. Otherwise, I think we could have come back with 3 points.
Right. There were plenty of moments for FC Goa to feel that they could have done better. Nevertheless, the result means that FC Goa are in the 4th position with 21 points. And now they have away game against the leaders, the current leaders, Mumbai City FC. Well, the tactics should definitely change when they face Mumbai at their home, isn't it?
Yeah, but once you know these players, they are all professional players. Once they know they are playing against tougher opponents who is performing in the tournament right now. Mumbai FC doesn't have a very good team, but they have very good players who can perform. Their work rate is very high, and everybody shares the workload. So I think they will be aware what is the caliber of Mumbai FC and playing in their hometown and what to expect. And I think they will raise their level of play to higher levels. And I think we should have a game where we should come victorious.
Let us spare a thought for team composition after we come from this press conference of FC Goa coach. Let's now listen into what Sergio Lobera had to say after the game last night.
Very good chances. You could not score on it. What could be the reason there?
Estoy de acuerdo, ¿no?, con el análisis. Yo creo que ha sido un partido que hemos tenido ocasiones para poderlo ganar y al final cuando no marcas es difícil, ¿no?, llevar los 3 puntos.
I completely agree with you. I think we have like some good chances, but obviously when you don't make them, you won't get the 3 points.
Creo que el equipo ha hecho un gran trabajo en líneas generales contra un gran equipo.
I think the team has done a very good job against a very also good team.
Y lo único que nos ha faltado y el único pero que podemos poner es la falta de gol.
And the only thing we are missing in this game is the lack of goal to score this one.
Coach, only after Jahu came in, team looked like their normal creative self. So what kept Jahu out of the starting lineup?
Bueno, el motivo de que se ha quedado fuera es que ha jugado Fal, ha jugado Peña, ha jugado Bedia, ha jugado Gómez y ha jugado Coro. Ese es el motivo de que Jahu se haya quedado fuera, ¿no? Al final tener muy buenos jugadores te hace elegir y creo que el equipo que jugó el último partido contra Northeast hizo un gran partido y le hemos querido dar continuidad.
I mean, the main reason why Jahu didn't play today was because we played Coro, Hugo, Peña, Fal. That's the thing. When you have that with many good players, you have to choose. And the last game here at Fadorda, it was a great performance, and we wanted to give some continuation to that same team that won here.
Next question, please.
Coach, after a long time, not scored at home, so your thoughts on that? Because the defense did pretty well, but their defense also did well, but you could not reach their defense at home, and specifically at home.
Sí, es algo que no es normal, ¿no? Para nosotros somos un equipo que juega al ataque y que intenta conseguir goles y creo que hemos tenido ocasiones para poderlos conseguir, ¿no? Pero estoy de acuerdo que el equipo defensivamente ha estado bien, ha estado sólido y ha hecho un buen partido.
Yeah, for an attacking player, sorry, an attacking side like we are, it's very strange not to get goals, especially at home. And as you said, I agree with you that defensively the team has done a very good job.
Are you happy with the number of chances created by your boys?
Bueno, al final, si no ganas, no puedes estar contento del todo como entrenador.
Well, at the end, if you don't get the victory, you can be happy as a coach.
Y al final, cuando tienes ocasiones y no eres capaz de materializarlas, tampoco puedes estar contento al 100%.
And also when you create that chances, but you are not able to score, you can be happy.
Estoy contento como el equipo ha trabajado defensivamente y creo que ha hecho un esfuerzo y un gran trabajo y eso es lo que valoro.
But as a coach, I'm happy with the defensively work and also especially with the work as a team that all the boys have done today.
Do you have any other questions? One.
You had one game advantage before this game. You think you missed a few tricks tonight?
Bueno, hemos mantenido la ventaja y tenemos un partido menos, ¿no? Se puede leer de muchas maneras, yo la leo de esta, ¿no? Hemos mantenido la distancia con un equipo que es un rival directo y tenemos un partido menos que ellos.
Well, I think there is many ways of reading what or interpreting what has happened today, and the way I do it is like we are maintaining the same distance with one team that will be a direct rival to get into the playoffs, and also we have one game in hand.
The question remains is that will Jahu be sacrificed so that they can use two foreigners in the backline to shore up their defense, because the quota of 5 foreigners has to be met. So what do you think is the right formula for Lobera to go?
In fact, I think he cannot do without playing a second foreigner beside Fall in the defense, because that's where his real problems are. Although he believes in attacking, but you know, once he plays in that Spanish plays in that position, I think he is also confident that, you know, he has no problem in his defense. But I think he'll have to either get away with Bumos and put Jahu there, because you have creativity of Edubedia there, and now Bumos has become a little more predictable with his individual runs. So to change that, I think maybe he has to keep Bumos out so that he can still have Edubedia's creativity and along with Koro up front, because Brendan is also playing very well in the midfield and in the top of the box, because he's creating those runs and taking those shots. So I think as far as the attack is concerned, it's okay, but I think he has to.
Jahu has to be there.
Jahu has to be there, because those surprise long balls which he delivers on the flanks and to Koro.
With that accuracy
and that understanding that they have, I think will play a major role in that Mumbai FC game.
Right. And looking at this problem in another direction is that in the transfer market, if FC Goa had to bring in a reliable Indian defender, they wouldn't have to tweak with that backline and use that extra foreigners place for attacking player, isn't it? So they didn't do that.
Yeah, but I don't know what is the viewpoint of Lobera when he starts screening players and trying to spot players, scouting players for his necessity. Which is the second stopper back and an Indian player to get in the benefit of the foreigners. I think he must be not satisfied with any Indian player who is playing on the circuit now, and he may not be available also, whichever players he thinks of bringing here. So he should do it right at the end of the start of the season, and going forward next year, if he has a contract with him, he should take a very serious look at that aspect of the defense.
Absolutely. If FC Goa have to go on to win the title, they have to be impeccable and a compact team, and that means the defense has to be ready for optimum level with minimum foreign resources in there. Nevertheless, now they have Indian defenders in Mohammad Ali and Sana Singh who had the opportunities earlier in the season, but they haven't come up to the level of being dependable enough for a title chasing team, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They have been given enough opportunities to prove themselves, and they have not come up to the level of the coach and the spectators also. And they have not contributed to the team that the way Lobera would like him to contribute. So there is a little bit of problem there which he has as far as defense is concerned. But Lobera's philosophy is ball possession and attacking football.
Right.
So the moment if he feels that he can have more of the ball and then attack, it also sort of prevents the opponent teams in attacking them. So I think he is convinced in a little bit in that aspect, where he is confident that his team can play that possession football for a long time and don't give the ball away for the team to attack. So the number of attacks that the teams can make is limited due to the possession football that they play.
With Bumos in there, Edu Bedia doesn't get that freedom of doing what he can do, and that's surprising the opponents with his technical ability.
Yeah, I think what you say is correct, because the mobility that Edu Bedia would normally get in the absence of Bumos there, that is huge, and that is what is happening with by having Bumos and Edu Bedia there. You've seen Edu Bedia; he was coming exactly to play a role of Jao right behind to pick up the ball
last night.
But I thought that it is still difficult for him to get into the attack later on and enforce the philosophy of Lobera.
We have to move on because we have to go and listen into what Cesar Ferrando, the coach of Jamshedpur FC, had to say after last night's 0-0 draw.
Your team had an impressive win in your home match, but here today you did not seem to do so well.
Very much different. Okay. You have to think we play away against our team. Well, when you can play very well, you have, I think it's because the opponent play better than you. Okay. During the match, some moments they play very well. Okay? And we suffer a lot, a lot of minutes on the match. Well, 1 point, very happy. And the next match is another final against ATP. This moment is the most important match for us. Is the next.
The next question, please.
Coach, are you particularly happy with stopping Goa from scoring at home? Because that's a very difficult task for any other team.
No, it's a team that score a lot of goals, and you grow away and play home. Go home is to be happy in this moment, okay? But we have to improve the last minutes of the match. We should have them very well. We have a chance to be at the top 4 of the table. Continue working very hard and try to win in every match.
Hi coach, few half chances for both the teams that could have been converted. Happy to share the spoils of the game?
They have 2 or 3 chances, very why give the 2 or 3 shots very important. We have 2 crosses very important, very easy to score. Okay. You lose the chances, you lose the match. Okay. And if you lose the possession, they have more possession than us in the match. Okay. But sometimes you can play very well, sometimes you have to defend them. Right? But The other team played very well, press a lot, win the ball back very easy, and you have to defend. And I think my team defend well. Okay.
Is there anything that you think you could have done differently tonight?
Anyway, you have done something different for today's match.
For today's match, well, first we have to recover my players, and then study the ETK.
Well, the away coach is always happy with a point, if not a victory, because a point is also valuable enough, and that was the case with the Spanish tactician Ferrando last night.
Yeah, I mean, you play an attacking team like FC Goa, who's been scoring goals, 4 or 5 goals in a match in their home game. So definitely a coach having that in mind will be very happy with 1 point, because they were playing with a team that scores at their whims and fancies sometimes, and they are on a rampage. So he was lucky, and he knew it right in the beginning of the match that this was a attacking team that would like to score a lot of goals. So he must be very content with the result and go away with 1 point.
Had they had a little bit of luck, they could have pocketed full points, because Sido was very close to scoring the goal once he headed into the hands of Mohammad Nawaz, and on another occasion his contact saw the ball balloon over the crossbar.
Yeah, he was a little late, but he couldn't get his foot right on behind the ball. But that's football, and that's what we call luck. You have to a bit of luck to see such balls going into the net. The same thing happened to Brendan at the far end when Subroto brought up that diving save.
Yeah.
So these are the points. These are things that we are so close yet so far away.
So now FC Goa play on Friday at Mumbai City, while Jamshedpur FC go on to play ATK on Sunday. Jamshedpur are just 1 point below FC Goa, but they have played 1 game more. So the business end of the ISL 5 is now well and truly on. Every game will be important here, and good tough matches are coming thick and fast. Bengaluru FC host Northeast United, another contenders for the top 4 spot on Wednesday, and then FC Goa's away game at Mumbai City FC. 2 great games in the offing in the near future now.
Yeah, I think the next 2 matches are very crucial for FC Goa, because they are the toughest matches as per results indicator. Because Bengaluru, having lost a match, the last match, I think they will be very serious to come all guns blazing in the next encounter. And I think they are going to play against Northeast, and they are going to get their rhythm back, because most of the players were doing duty for national team.
Yes.
So they are getting back into the rhythm and the change of style of play, etc. I think after that match, I think they will get back in the rhythm. So FC Goa has a tough game in hand as far as Bengaluru is concerned. But Mumbai FC, I think, we have still a chance of winning against them in their home team, because I don't see them having very good caliber players, but their work rate of Arnold and the Brazilian look very, very good. And if they play well like they played in last encounter, I think we may still have problems trying to get points in that match.
Right, so we are all excited for the next game of FC Goa, and all the fans, the Gore fans out there, will be hoping that Sergio Lobera's boys get back to their winning habit. Thank you very much, Francis D'Souza, for being with us today.
Thank you, Neeraj.
So that's all the time we have in this show. Keep watching FC Goa TV on Prudent. Goodbye now.